Okay, so since I know you're into paranormal activity and the aspect of the whole afterlife, gooey ghost concept, I'm gonna tell you a story. And this is a real story, and it was scary, scary, scary. All right, so I'm about 13 years old. I live on Barren Lake Road, which is going towards Cassopolis in Dowagiac area. Okay, yeah, it's the same road that Cece and Antoinette live on. Well, anyways, so it's about 3 o'clock in the morning, and I go into the kitchen, which leads into the bathroom. This is the old house on 1392 Barren Lake Road. This is where your grandma Linda and your grandpa Kelly and um your aunt Tila and your aunt Emily, the Emily that we stayed with a couple days in Cassopolis. And your aunt Shamber was in the bathroom, and I had to go to the bathroom, so it was pitch dark in the kitchen. And I knock on the door and I say, Shamber. I got her real name, Sean Amber, but we call her Shamber for short. And I yell, "Hey, Shamber, I gotta use the bathroom." She goes, "Well, just wait. I'll be a second." So I'm waiting in the kitchen, and it's pitch dark. And this little girl comes into the kitchen, and I think it's your Aunt Emily because she looks just like her in the dark. So she goes, "I have to go to the bathroom next. My face is hot. My face is hot. I need water." I said, "Well, I'm going to the bathroom next." She goes, "No, my face is burning." I said, "No, Emily, I'm going to the bathroom next." And I try to push her head. And when I pushed her head, her face was hot like it was on fire. And I looked and her face was all wrinkly. And I got freaked out. And I started hitting on the door. Shamber, Shamber, something's wrong with Emily. And I look and she disappeared. And I'm like, man, where did she go? So I ran into the living room. Okay, so this is the setup of the house. Okay, you come into the front door. It's the kitchen, which leads into the bathroom to the left when you walk. Well, if you keep going straight, it goes into our living room, which was the children's living room. And then when you go through there, it goes into another living room, which is my mother, your grandma Linda. Okay, it's her living room slash bedroom because she's like a recluse. She likes to chill in her own little bat cave or whatever. She always puts curtains up and stuff, and she just chills in there. She's pretty dark too. It's pretty cool. Anyways, so the door's locked, and I'm banging on it like, Aunt Patty, which is Chamber's mom. I say, Aunt Patty, open the door. Something's wrong with Emily, and I don't know where she went. And she opened up the door, and Emily was laying on the couch asleep. And I say, what the heck? I'm like, what the heck? I was like, Emily was just in the kitchen. And she goes, no, she ain't. She's been in here. And I got freaked out, freaked out. Okay, so a week prior, my Aunt Patty was upstairs smoking a cigarette. And she goes, a little girl said, hey, what you doing? And she looked and nobody was there. She got all scared and she left the house because nobody was there. She got freaked out. Well, anyways, so when my mother came home, which is your grandma Linda, when she came home the next morning, I tell her the story and she goes, "Oh my goodness." She goes, "A little girl got burned up in the bathroom about 10 years ago. The bathroom was an add-on cuz her the real bathroom was going out of her living room. So that bathroom was an add-on because it used to be like a little like side of the house that there was another room and it got burnt down and a little girl passed away in there. She got burnt. So that's freaky, huh? Yeah, that's a real ghost story. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you another ghost story, okay? This is one that my mom told me. She said when my brother CJ, which is your uncle CJ, he's older, he's about 32 years old, he's weird. I'm weird, duh. But he's even weirder because he's like crazy, crazy. Anyway, so my mom said when CJ was a baby, they stayed at their great grandma's house that passed away. It was her house, and they stayed with my mom's mom. Well, anyway, she said when CJ was a brand new baby, they would keep him in the her grandma's old bedroom, and then they made it into a nursery. Well, she said that all the time. Oh, that stupid thing anyway. Hold on. She said all the time that the door would be locked and she would hear humming, like someone was humming a song, and CJ would be quiet because CJ was a crybaby baby. He would always scream and freak out and stuff. Well, whenever that door shut and it was locked and she heard that humming, CJ would be quiet and she would freak out and she'd be trying to break down the damn door. She'd have to open it up with a butter knife. Well, anyway, she said one day she went to go walk down the stairs and someone pushed her all the way down the stairs. I guess her great grandma did not like her at all. And and I guess when she was little, um a whole bunch of stuff happened. Like she used to always try to trip her, always push her downstairs and stuff, like crazy stuff. She was like senile. I guess she had this disease called Alzheimer's. Like she didn't know anybody and she didn't know what was going on and stuff. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. And then this is another ghost story. This one is crazy. I don't know if it's ghost or if it's an angel. I'm not sure. Well, anyways, there's this guy named Tom. He's a pastor of my old church, and it's called the First Church of Christ, which is going towards Barron Lake. Also, it's right by Skaterama. Well, anyways, his name was no, his name was Tom. John was his brother. So Tom says one day his sister was crying like uncontrollably because she had cancer throughout all of her. She had bone cancer, and she would always cry and always cry and always cry. Well, anyways, one day he was praying. He said, God, he was in the next room. He said, God, please help my sister, please, because she's hurting so bad and she can't go to sleep and she's crying nonstop. And I feel so bad and I don't know what to do. He said that his sister walked into the room at like 1:30 in the morning, sat on his bed next to him, and said, Tom, I love you. I'm going to be okay. It doesn't hurt anymore. And he said, Are you sure? Are you sure? And he could, it was pitch dark and he could see her face in the dark. And she was smiling a big old smile. And she goes, I love you. I want you to always know that. And she goes, and I want you to tell mom I love her too. And he said the next morning he woke up and he went into the bedroom, her bedroom, and she had passed away in her sleep. Well, so he didn't know what to say. He was like, Man, she came into my room. Well,